The Operator Network Signalperson training course delivers the following 12 learning sessions. Crane types and components, lesson number 1. This learning session covers all-terrain, rough terrain, telescopic hydraulic, and lattice boom cranes. Estimated time for completion is 30 minutes. Site evaluation, lesson number 2. The objective is to identify the signal person's responsibility at the site. You will be able to evaluate the safety of the site, access pertinent information, identify site hazards, and how to protect the public and non-essential personnel from entering the work area. You will also understand how ground conditions affect the safety of crane operations. Estimated time for completion is 30 minutes. Supporting surfaces, lesson number 3. In this training session, we cover the following topics: the definition of the supporting surface and how it applies to crane operations. We discuss the impact of supporting surfaces in relation to crane stability. You will fully understand the signal person's responsibility to validate the stability and integrity of the supporting surfaces. Understanding soil mechanics and hazards that weaken the stability of the surface, and how to identify hazards below ground level. Estimated time for completion is 45 minutes. Electrical hazards, lesson number 4. Understand the risks of operating near power lines. Learn proper procedures when operating near energized and de-energized power lines, how to establish the prohibited zone, and the established clearances set forth by OSHA, ANSI, and ASME. What to do in the event of contact with power lines, and understand the use of contact alarms and proximity warning devices. Estimated time for completion is 40 minutes. Crane stability, lesson number 5. Understand the concept of leverage, how to calculate leverage, the principles of center of gravity, and how it applies to crane operations. Learn how manufacturers develop load charts, understand outriggers, and the principles of backward stability. By completing this module, you'll understand the difference between strength stability and structural failure. Estimated time for completion is 45 minutes. Factors that reduce the capacity, learning session number 6. Equipment condition, crane leveling, ground and soil conditions, side loading, increased load radius, impact loading, duty cycle operations, eccentric, reeving, and windy conditions. Estimated time for completion, 45 minutes. Introduction to load charts. Understanding the basic components of the load chart. Know and understand why load charts are important. Understand boom length, height, radius, and how this affects the factors that influence the crane's capacity. Gross load, net load, gross capacity, effective weight, actual load, static and dynamic loading, and how to determine hoist rope weight, and how to determine parts of line needed for your pick. Estimated time for completion is 60 minutes. Operator aids, lesson number 8. The purpose and function of operator aids and how they assist the operators in performing their jobs. We discuss the limitations and what to do in the event the operator aids fail. Know and understand the margin of error. Estimated time for completion is 25 minutes. Rigging, learning session number 9. This module helps you understand the importance of safe rigging practices, wire rope, its functions and limitations, the use of commonly used rigging hardware, and understand the proper use of slings, calculating and how to determine the center of gravity of a load. Estimated time for completion is 45 minutes. Safe operating procedures, lesson number 10. Learn the safety procedures that need to be followed before operations commence, procedures that apply to hoisting operations, and the dangers of using signs of tipping as a method of measuring the capacity of your crane, loss of stability and control malfunction, and how to secure the crane. Estimated time for completion is 20 minutes. Hand signals, lesson number 11. The use of hand signals in crane operations includes both audio and visual signals between the operator and the ground crew. This is reinforced with the quiz as well as video. Learning session number 12. OSHA regulations. This section details the OSHA 1926-1400 ruling. You may be asked to reference the standards on some certification exams.